Hi, it's Pat. I'd like to say I'm in the cockpit, but I'm not. We're here in the sim room, which is now basically a storage room for all the stuff that we're moving out. The sim room is now all gone and packed up in the garage. We're moving. So there's all types of boxes in this room now. We're about a month from moving out of here. In the meantime, I have decided to keep my sanity. I was going to get another way to do flight simming, and my wife suggested that that I consider something to keep me busy, so I don't go insane or bother her. Anyway, so she purchased me, ordered me a Beyond Big Screen VR headset, which should be here next month. And I plan to use it with either Microsoft 2020 or X-Plane to fly helicopters. So I need some controls. That's where this box comes in. I did some research, and there's all types of helicopter controls out there. And I decided to go with a company in Switzerland, ProFlight Trainer is the name of the company. I did a lot of research and really good reviews, and price point was what I expected for the quality. I went ahead and ordered it, and was very, very impressed with their website. Had a little difficulty trying to decide what way to go, what type of controls. You obviously need a collective and a cyclic, and probably and rudder pedals and toe brakes for my helicopter that I'm going to fly in VR. So ProFlight Trainer offered all those. It was kind of at first difficult figuring out what I wanted. Did a little research. They have a lot of information in their website if you dig down far enough, and a lot of YouTubes out there about their product. I contacted them and spent some time back and forth talking, and I was very impressed with the communications. They're in Switzerland, and I'm in the States, and I had no problem with communications. I was perfectly happy with the results of the communications. It was quite pleasant, as a matter of fact. So I decided to purchase the ProFlight Trainer and ordered it online after I decided my configuration, and ordered it, and received it a couple weeks ago. Since I've been taking my sim apart, I haven't had a chance to open this box up. So we're going to give it a try tonight. Open it up, take a look. First of all, they ship, ProFlight Trainer ships from Switzerland via DHL direct to me. And I was very impressed with the service DHL gave me. It was one day. The transparency was fabulous. Their little website basically shows you where the package is all the time. I was able to see the driver's vehicle on the app for DHL driving down the street. I was outside when the guy got out of the truck with my package. That was very nice. ProFlight Trainer uses DHL, and the service with DHL was perfect. The box it came in, this weighs about 18 kilograms, 20 some odd pounds. It's a well-built box. There's nothing shaking around in here. It's a multi-layered corrugated box. It's got 3 layers, very heavy corrugated. It's a solid box. It's meant for shipping. It's not cheap. It's not flimsy at all. I'm very impressed. So let's pop this open. First of all, let's look at the here. Let's just open this up. And let me get the custom stuff out of here. And includes an invoice. Let's take a look at the invoice. So, Pro Flight Trainer, I ordered the Puma X A style, which is the type of handle, as opposed to the B style, which would be like for a UE. I got the snap-on buttons, which are, you push them and they click, and it's the higher end buttons, and then you push it again to activate it. They're the snap-on action buttons, which are a little higher quality. This is a 5th generation USB joystick. I also got the toe brake modification, which is called the TBM kit, and the twin engine option for the frame. So I'll be able to use the twin engine for the control on the engine. The other thing that's impressive is the shipping costs were reasonable. It was $100, $99, which ProFlight was gracious enough to waive for me giving them an honest review on their product. I did pay full price for this, didn't get a discount on the hardware, so we'll give it a try. Let's pop this open and see what we got. Again, very nice box, double corrugated, a little bit of padding here. And first of all, we get a little letter here. Let's see what this is. It says start here. So it says, welcome to ProFlight Trainer. Our guides help you assemble the Puma X flight controls. Main assembly guides. They have a PAS version and an RTP. The RTP, I got the PAS version, and the RTP is ready to plug. So it comes everything comes pre-put together. I got the PAS version, which means you got to take the different metal parts and bolt them together, and that's what we're going to do from the instructions. I think the pre-assembled version is several $100s more. They put it all together, so there's just 2 parts to go together when you receive it. Obviously, I wanted to do this myself, so I knew how to put it together and take it apart. Right from this at the beginning, they have a nice letter here, and you can download all the information, and it gives a little QR code we're going to scan here with our camera and see where that takes us. Okay, it automatically takes us to the assembly instructions for the Puma X right here on their website. So it shows the whole assembly, the wiring, the toe brake modifications, how to assemble them, the type of grip, terms, refund policies, their full information on the maintenance part. So it's all right here. I'm going to link you to the website right here in my stream. Let's just click that up, and we'll minimize me for just a second. Let's expand this. So this is basically what I'm looking at. Bear with me 1 second. Right here. So this QR code is basically all the parts, the gummy bears. It's detailed and kind of easy to follow along, how to do everything to put it together. And that's the plan, is to assemble it using the instructions. It's a good, how many pages is this? You can see it's quite a few pages. I think it's 40 pages of actually some nice photos. I breezed through it on the website earlier, and it's well written, easy to understand, even for a dummy like me. So that's basically what we're going to be looking at on the, let's go ahead and bring this back over here. Bear with me. Let's click this. We'll be looking at this later on as we move along. Okay, that's nice. And they give you a link to their YouTubes. nice letter here. It says start right here on the QR code, and that's what we did. So taking the lid off, it has a nice shipping top to it. It keeps everything protected. This is well packaged. And if you look inside, everything is in a perforated box that's all tie wrapped together and padded. There's everything is where it's supposed to be, and there's room between the side of the box and any of the products in case the box takes a hit. You see there's a little ding on the top of the box from shipping, but it never penetrated any of the exterior walls or the internal padding. So well packaged. First impressions, the metal is a nice powder coated black steel. The finish looks fabulous. All the metal is hardware looks like it's stainless steel, and everything's padded. Let's get our little tie wrap cutters, and go ahead and I'm going to minimize this. Hold on, get this terrible thing on the screen. Bear with me 1 second. So as we let me see if I can make this just a little, change this a little bit so I can get this. We'll put this one here, and we'll put this one here, so you can see both of them. And I'm going to follow along on my my iPhone. So on the iPhone it says assembly guide. And I'm just going to click on it. I'm looking at the same thing you are. So assembly guide. Aside from the flight control parts, you will find a bag of parts and tools. So let's scroll down on that. We're going to pull everything out of the box here. So this is what we're building here, cyclic and a collective, and pedals, and it's a metal frame, and you just bring your own seat up and you can have a helicopter. So these are all the parts. So let's pop some of this stuff out real quick. We're just going to cut some of these tie wraps. Again, well packaged, as good as anything I've ever ordered on the tie wraps. I like to keep all this packaging in case I want to move it. Something I will be moving it. So I open this one, bubble wrapped and foamed, very nice. This looks like the head. Wow, this is packaged quite well. So this is the head. Let's bring it in a little closer. The initial feeling, the grip feels real good. You can order the buttons in a lot of different configurations and colors of each button. You can hear the double action. It's a very hard ABS plastic. Feels good in the hand. Metal, it looks like a metal trigger button here. Feels good in the hand, nice and solid. Got a nice little this braided cable, and at the end of it's a little connector. I'm sure hooks into the USB board. Again, very dark black. I ordered the color of the buttons based on the, I think it's the H155 Airbus buttons. I got the two hats here. There's two hats, two different style hats. Button here, I got a toggle up. I'm going to use this for VATSIM and Discord. Very nice. I'm very excited about this. This feels good in my hand. All the hardware, metal hardware, looks like it's stainless steel. This looks pretty high quality. First impression, very nice. So this is the head. Oops. I just got it. What I'm going to do is just lay this on the ground over here on top of the foam. Just like that. Okay, let's dig down a little farther. So as we scroll down through the parts, yep. You might not be able to follow it. That was the head right there we just looked at. You might not be able to follow along my screen, but you can look at the website and look at all the parts. So we're just going to pull out all the parts and inspect them and look at them closely before we start assembly. Let's open this bag up. And this looks like the this is probably part of the collective. It's a very, toe brake, duh. Okay, this is a toe brake. That BTM, what was it called, BTM? So this is, let me show you. This is the toe brake. Yeah, so it's not a super big toe brake, but it's big enough. And it's got the little connector that just goes to the USB board. Again, a nice, heavy, braided covering for the wiring. Strain relief looks good. Now these are the part of the rudder pedal and the toe brake modification. So that's just going to slip over the shaft for the rudder. This looks like a very hard, almost like a 3D printed or resin plastic. It's got a little spring in here. This is interesting. It's got the sensor for the toe brakes, so it's got a Hall, I think a Hall effect pot in the end here for the toe brakes. And this is the connector goes to the pot. I'm sure it's a Hall effect. They wouldn't put a resistive pot in there. Okay, this is a toe brake. Set it down here. And let's go ahead and cut this tie wrap here. And this is the shaft for the head. The head mounts on here. Yeah. Feels like a light aluminum, nicely powder coated, no nicks, well finished. Slip this back in here. Finish is nice on it. Okay. This is part of the frame. It's a very interesting a light aluminum. It's all laser cut. It's got a little helicopter cut out here. Nice finish. Inside here is the USB board. So I don't know if you can see inside there. Right inside there. There's the little USB board that everything connects to. It looks like it's got a bunch of little push-on connectors in there. All the wiring comes in through this slot right here, it looks like. I don't know. We'll find out. And we got the decal manufacturing serial number. Again, no defects here at all that I can see. Okay, where are we? We're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. More parts here. interesting bubble wrap. It's got a little sticky on it so it holds it together. I like the way they do that. This is like the other toe brake. Yes. Here's the other toe brake. So the first one, here's the second one. Just put her over here next to the first one. I think there's only one more part in here to cut out. That's the heart of it and all the parts. Let's cut this really long tie wrap out here. Again, keep your boxes and all your padding. Wow, that's a heavy piece of metal here. Some metal framing. So these are the two parts for the adjustable collective. Very interesting tape they use here. It's a non-gluey, sticky tapey thing. Very interesting. Can't figure out how it comes out of here. Okay, there we go. There we go. So these two parts are in the same bag. Metal parts, parts is parts. We'll lay those down there. Okay, got a little bag here with more cabling and a little board here. So spare parts, it even says on it. These are spare parts. This says Hall effect pot. They said just spare Hall effect pot. A spare one. Whoever heard of spare parts? That's excellent. Huh, very interesting. Spare parts. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of this little bag of parts. So, got a whole bag of parts here. I'm not going to open it up. It's got washers and spacers and stainless steel hex screws and another pot assembly, all in a bag. Looks like there might be a bearing in here. It's all in this bag of parts, and we'll be looking at that in just a second. Whole bunch of parts, and we're not going to inventory these right now. They're just in the bag. Obviously, we're not going to open them. Another bag of parts right here, and this has got some lubricant, it looks like, and a bunch of the hand tools, a couple of Allen wrenches. It's got some Velcro tape. Nice stickers, some USB devices. Looks like probably another pot of some type. But more importantly, it comes with a little mini bag of gummy bears. And if you look at the instructions, they send you a little bag of gummy bears to help you put this together. This is cute. This is beyond cute. So we'll inventory this in a little bit. Bunch of parts in here. We'll inventory all these later on and seal them up. We'll go down to the part list in just a second. I want to get down to the really good stuff here, guys. We'll get another part here, another bag. I gotta say, they sure wrap things nicely. Well protected. There we go. if the operational quality is as good as the packing quality and the manufacturing quality I've seen so far, it will be. I wouldn't be surprised. It's so far very impressive as far as what it's doing. Here's the whole other part. So what we have here is collective. So we got the 3 USBs. This is big heavy spring here. It's got 2 throttle controls. That's nice and smooth. Wow, that feels real good. It's got a nice, it's got tension to it, but it's got this metal. It's all metal. It's got sort of like a embedded texture in it to make it so you can grip it. Very smooth. So you know nothing wrong here. This is nice. And you have a couple of hats here and switches, buttons, and another button down here. This is it feels good in your hand. It's the right diameter, balanced. It's all metal. This is a fiber head here, and this is all metal back here. Feels real good. This is going to be exciting to hook this all up. Let's put this down. We got a little, oops, there's a little plastic fiber part in here that I'm not sure what it's for. I'm glad I spotted that. I'm going to maybe drop that. Let's put that down here. We're going to put this all back in the box a little bit so we can look at the instructions later on. But for now, this is just to open the box up. So now we're getting down to the heart of it. Oh, one more bag. What's this? This is another bag of parts. This is looks like some little Allen studs and nuts. And as soon as I picked it up, 2 metal plates slid out underneath, right here. This is the whole base. There's 2 metal parts that slide out. So be aware when you pick it up, they're on the base. They'll be hooked up later. I'm going to pull them out. There's this one and this one. And they just go right here and they slid right out. So be aware. So this is the main portion of the base. It's quite heavy. It's got a lot of weight to it. Let me fix my I should have had this off, and that a little bigger. Your viewing enjoyment. Let me move that over here. With me? Let's try it right there. Yeah, okay. Here's the main part of the base. It's got a lot of weight to it. The pedals were right here, and we pulled the toe brakes out, and they'll mount right onto here. This is the gimbal portion. Oh, it's nice and smooth. It's got an axis this way and an axis this way. Feels pretty smooth. All metal. Feels pretty good. Let's bring it a little closer so you can take a look at it. It's all black, so maybe the lighting's not so good in here. Oh, I can get some more lighting. Let's get some more lighting. That was pretty stupid of me. How's that? You know, I didn't realize I had the lighting off. Look at that. That's nice. The yaw feels pretty good. The rudders, wow, that feels real good. I think you call them something else in helicopter. It's pretty nice. And pitch and roll looks pretty good. Nice and smooth. You got a Hall effect here, and you got one underneath here. So here's, let me spin it around. Here's one access Hall effect pot, and the others, you can't tell where the other, oh, it's right in here, right there. So you got both of them in there. The left, right, up, down. Left, right, up, down. Very nice. This looks like it's going to be pretty fun to put together, and let's show you these other parts. Now they have a little more light in here. Let's set this down here. This was the head. Feels pretty good. And the toe brake. Ugh. Sorry about the lighting earlier. Okay. And all the other metal parts that we were looking at earlier. And the gummy bears. That's everything in the box. We had those two metal parts that slid out on the frame. We'll put them back in there. So that's everything inside the box. See, it's all perforated and spots for everything to line up. So let's look at the instructions now. So what I'm going to do is come back to here, turn this one on. I'm going to actually expand it a little. We can look at it together. Instead of you looking at me, you can look at this. So we've got page 1. And then we have all the bags of parts, all the metric parts, washers. There's our gummy bears. Odds and ends, tools, calibration jumpers, lube, USB cables, more parts. Everything's nice colored pictures of all the parts that came in the bag. Parts list right there. So we're going to go through and identify all the parts, count them and make sure they're correct later on, before we actually get into the assembly portion of this video, which won't be right now. Looks like we'll start out putting the toe brakes on, and there's a whole section about another video about the actual toe brakes versus not getting the toe brakes. I did get the toe brakes. We're just going to scroll down through this thing and take a look. There's those metal parts we took out. We'll go through them one by one and assemble this. Anyway. Well, there's not much more to show. We've got all the parts down here. I'm going to bag them all back up, roll them up, and put them back in the box and tie wrap it all together. Because I will be disassembling this after I use it, so I want to make sure I can figure out how to put it all back together. And then I'll start putting together and we'll share that together in the next video. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I'm very impressed with what I saw from Pro Trainer. It's got one USB that I'm going to hook into the server computer, and I'll probably fire it up an X-Plane to start with, fly the R22 just to get my first crash in there. We'll try that, see how it works, and eventually we're probably going to go over to Microsoft 2020 or 2024 at some point with the VR headset and fly. Probably start out with the H145, but that's farther down the road. We got too many other things to worry about. This is mainly to get the parts out and look at them and get a nice feel and smell of the whole thing. I want to thank you for being here. We'll hopefully Pro Trainer will continue to support this. I'm sure they will. I was very impressed with their communication on their emails. They got back to me immediately, if not sooner. There is a time difference Zulu-wise, 7 to 8 hours. But they responded quickly and easy to understand communications and to the point, and no messing around. Payment was well done, easy to do, nothing scary there. Shipment was perfect. So far, I'm very impressed with what I see. So I'll give it a big thumbs up, and we'll be back later on to push on with assembly this. So thanks for being here, and I'll check back. Bye-bye. Oh, and I didn't mention it earlier, today is March 2nd. It's about, what time is it here? 0300 Zulu, Saturday.